Where is he?
He's behind you.
Oh, no, he isn't.
Oh, yes, he is.
So why do you think pantomime has survived so long in this high-tech world of entertainment?
The thing about panto is that it's not only changed, it's also stayed the same. So it's been very clever in that it has hung on to these traditional storylines that pantomime of 50, 150, 200 years ago was telling, the story of Cinderella, and others as well. But it's yes, you still have good triumphing over evil. You still have a man dressed as a woman. You still have it's behind you, and all those kind of traditional things that will last forever. So yes, at the core, it is the same. But yeah, around that, there is plenty of scope to bring it up to date and make lots of changes and just keep it fresh.
I know some pantomime are beginning to introduce special effects like 3D glasses and things like that. Do you think pantomime needs to introduce these techniques to sort of move with the times, or do you think they should like remain traditional?
It's all part of the mix. People like spectacle. People like to come and go, wow. Sometimes it's the scenery that is really spectacular. Sometimes it's the costumes. The dame can come on absolutely outrageous costumes, and it makes people go, oh, look at that costume. Or it can be lots of people on stage all doing an amazing dance routine. But sometimes it will be the special effects. Last year we had Cinderella, and sometimes at the end of Act 1 of Cinderella is always the transformation scene where she goes from her rags to her big posh dress, and the pumpkin gets turned into the stagecoach. That's the ending. And sometimes what we've had in the past is little Shetland ponies come on and pull the coach off stage, which is lovely. Last year we gave people something a little bit special, and it ended with the mice getting turned into a flying horse, Pegasus, and the flying horse actually came forward and went over the orchestra pit, and it had all the swirling smoke, and you saw Cinderella leaning out and smiling, and at the back was Buttons in a brand new kind of shiny costume because he was the footman, and he was waving as well, and people were blown away by it. It was jaw-dropping because they'd never seen that before, and that's exactly what we want. We want those absolute wow moments, whether they come from special effects or they come from the dancing, the costumes, the scenery, or whatever. That's what we're aiming for.
I know it's a very difficult time for a lot of families with the economic downturn. Do you think this has affected your ticket sales at all?
I don't think so, actually. The thing about panto is it's something that you always do. And when families get into the habit of always going to the panto, sometimes always on the same day, always on Boxing Day, always on Christmas Eve, or always on Granny's birthday, or whatever the occasion might be, it's something that they just keep doing, and they factor it into Christmas. They wouldn't have Christmas without presents, or without turkey, or crackers, or whatever is part of your Christmas. And panto is just ingrained into the Christmas routine. So I think panto is pretty much recession-proof.
And do you think the Sainsbury's Christmas advert, I'm sure you've seen it, and with all the traditional pantomime characters, has maybe helped boost the sales at all?
It helps people think about panto at this time of year, and that's a good thing. So it reminds them, oh, panto, if they haven't yet booked their tickets, we must book our tickets, because the New Theatre has a reputation to always have the best panto in Wales, so we want to keep that going. So hopefully, yes, it reminds people, but I don't think necessarily they see it and immediately think of booking their own tickets. But I think it's a little nudge. It's a little, probably that's the most I'd say. But it's nice to see panto reflected in somebody else's Christmas, not just ours.
And do you think it's primarily aimed at children and families, or do you think any age group can enjoy it?
Definitely any age group. I mean, the great thing about panto is you can bring the entire family. So if you're a parent in your 30s and you've got kids who are under 10, but you also bring gran and granddad who are maybe in their 50s or 60s, and even if great gran as well who's in her 80s, the whole family can come and they will all have a great experience. Now, obviously, there's things in there that the little kids like the most, and there'll be the bits that they talk about afterwards. There's probably some bits in there that mum and dad enjoy the most, the bits that they talk about afterwards. And again, likewise for gran or great gran, there's probably bits in there that are directly aimed at her, and those are the bits that she talks about afterwards. But it's, yes, the entire mix of the show really has something. I know it's a cliche, but it really does appeal to everyone.
Well, thank you very much, Matt. I wish you every success with the pantomime, and I'll definitely be coming to see it with a group of friends. So thank you very much.
Excellent. We'll enjoy having you here.